Hi folks, welcome to another installment of Ontario PGA TV. I'm Scott Pritchard here with Bradlee Ryall, and we're here at the BraeBen Academy in the winter school specifically, Bradlee, and it's quite the place. You have three indoor simulators here, and how did this whole concept come to be?
Well, last year, Scott, we had our first ever winter academy, but it was only nets. So we found that our members were, obviously saying all the time we want to hit into a simulator or have high-speed definition golf. They just wanted something more than hitting into a net. I think it got a little boring at times, so I worked really hard in the summer to find a solution to bring in high-definition golf, and it's been an overwhelming success. Everyone's loving it. Playing Pebble Beach in the cold Decembers, working out pretty good, so we're pretty happy.
And so how many lessons would you guys do here in a week? And is it, you have Jim and Dave and Brian and the whole crew in here. How busy are you guys?
We're really busy with membership play and people coming in to use hourly play. Actually, being an academy, it isn't our primary focus this winter to be teaching. Everyone is teaching, however, revenue is created mostly by people paying for green fees and buying memberships, and that's really the focus this year, is really getting a lot of traffic so we can have all our members buy into lesson programs in the summer. We're really trying to build relationships for next year. And
so how would a membership work? If someone shows up here, how does it work for them?
Basically, we're charging $450 for the entire winter. That's 5 hours for a Monday to Friday membership. It's $3.99 if you have one or more people sign up, so we have a friends and family rate, or it's $45 an hour. If you're looking just to bring a foursome and play for 3 hours, it's $45 an hour. We don't charge per person.
Now let's talk a little bit about the BraeBen Academy, and specifically this year you've had quite the success with, not only from a playing standpoint, obviously with Brian winning the Canadian Assistants, Brian McCann, we're speaking about, and Dave Levesque having such a stellar year, Ontario PGA Player of the Year, and won the Canada Cup, the Ontario PGA Assistants, and you played not too badly yourself down in Florida, although we didn't see much of you. I guess you're the top dog administrator, but tell us how the concept came to be, especially with quite the caliber of players. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys in the association looking like, how do these guys find so much time to teach and then play as well?
Sure. Well, to be honest, I was trying to play much myself for the better half of the mid-2000s. I didn't find myself to be as successful as I wanted to be. Teaching was definitely a calling for me, so I think it was always in my heart that I found it very difficult to find a facility that would house a player to be able to work on his game, teach, make a living when he wasn't playing tournaments, and I think that really stuck with me when I was offered the opportunity to come to BraeBen. Initially, I was working with Brian McCann at Lionhead, so I asked him right away if he would come with me, and he was all on board, and we came, and we kind of had an idea is, why don't we have a place where we can have great people, great players, and really try to grow the brand as fast as we can, because we basically were trying to create BraeBen and bring it to the #1 golf academy in the province, if not the country. And we thought a great way would be obviously to have great people, but also guys with great playing resumes. That would be a lot of free exposure if they're winning tournaments, and I guess it really worked out because Dave and Brian had two of the best years playing ever, so it really bode well for us. Absolutely. Yeah.
And was there a direct correlation to the people that came into BraeBen and perhaps requesting Brian and Dave and Jimmy Z for that matter? Did you notice a direct correlation to their play as a result of lessons?
Yeah, exposure was definitely up. The phone was ringing all the time. We're still looking at trying to track that better in terms of, did Dave Levesque win at the Canada Cup amount to $20,000 worth of revenue or 50 extra lessons? We're going to work on a program that can definitely, tackle that. But I think just from industry more than anything, we got, I think the respect was earned this year in terms of what the guys did at their playing levels, just them as individuals being such good guys. Definitely we brought, I think, BraeBen maybe from a little bit of obscurity to one of the top talked about academies in the country. I mean, I played at the Club Pro, as you mentioned, and I played with Kyle German, who won the Club Pro a few years back. He was even talking to me about the academy at BraeBen, which I thought was pretty cool, seeing he's coming from British Columbia. But because of McCann, because of Levesque, because of Zolak, because of all these guys here, everyone's taking notice, and that's really what the game plan was. So we're excited moving into the future with that idea.
Now, speaking of the future, what is the long let's talk about maybe the short-term goal and the long-term goal of the academy at BraeBen, and more specifically the Bradlee Ryall Academy?
Yeah, I mean, my major goal right now is to focus on growing junior golf. There's great academies around here. We've got Piper's Heath, you've got Glen Abbey doing great things. We want to kind of get on board with them and really make a push at getting top juniors and developing them. We're really focused on divulging more into the scholarship side of things. How can we reach out to our students, our junior students, not just ours, but all over Ontario, and help them get post-secondary education and get recognized for their golf. I really just want to create an environment where instructors are well paid, they have a great professional environment, it's a fun place to be at. You'll learn. I'm looking at hopefully doing education seminars with all my guys on a yearly basis. My company's looking to where I can generate enough revenue where I'd like to pay for everyone's dues that work for me from the CPJ perspective. I just want a great training ground, a great learning ground, and just do as many lessons as we can and try to help as many people's golf games as possible. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you're doing obviously a great job so far with it. Quite the accolades that are coming in for not only the players but also the the initiatives that you're doing here, sort of thinking outside the box. So congratulations, and we'll look forward for some great things in the future from BraeBen Academy and Bradlee Ryall.